LegalShield family, Bert Calhoun here in Atlanta to deliver this classic 5 minutes strong that we hear every leadership show. Our team, right, organizationally as a company, recruiting is growing month after month. Our teams are swelling, and we're marching these volunteer armies that we lead towards the fulfillment of Vision 2020. It's an incredible time with our company. So I thought about a mistake I made as a leader and how I was able to overcome this particular mistake. Now, I wanted you to keep two words in mind: maintenance and productivity. So when we talk about maintenance, right, maintaining our teams, that means we care about our organization. We talk about having our teams to be productive. That means we're talking about the numbers, the results. So we know people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we know at the end of the day, we run a business, and so results are the name of the game. Now, I had a challenge with what I'm about to share with you, because what I learned on how to really be efficient with my organization and overcoming this mistake was teaching the team how to deserve my time. And so it was a challenge, though, because of my print. It reveals that I'm a 3-2, right? A 3, my unconscious motivator is to succeed and achieve, right? The results oriented, the shark in me. And the 2, of course, is my minor unconscious motivator to feel the need to be needed and appreciated, which is that caretaker wanting people to win in me. So you can see that there could be a potential conflict. And so when I learned, right, and me and Fatima have embraced this, that there's 4 types of people that we lead, it made the biggest difference in the world. The first type is that highly productive, low maintenance associate. That second type is that highly productive, high maintenance associate. That third one is a low productive, low maintenance associate. And then that fourth one is that low productive, but high maintenance associate. So when we talk about a high productive, low maintenance associate, they're like a gun. You just aim them versus direct them. See, when you hold a gun, you are aiming, not directing, and then you fire the gun. And so that's how that associate is able to work in the business. Now, the high productive and high maintenance associate is that one where they need you to be there. They're going to take more time and energy to work with. They're productive, but again, just be prepared to give them more time, but it's worth it. And then that third associate is that low producing, low maintenance associate. You know, they produce minimally, and sometimes it's at the best time, but obviously they require a minimal effort to work with. And then that last associate is that low producing but high maintenance associate. They produce very little, take up a lot of your time, a time drain, so they deserve none of your time. So let's talk about some traits quickly about these 4 types of associates. So that high productive, low maintenance associate, you're going to get the most leverage from. They're going to allow you to build a volunteer army that's going to grow in spite of you versus because of you. That associate understands that when they need some coaching and problem solving or some guidance on some issues, that they can address that on what we call off production hours, right? After 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. and before 9 a.m. And they're professional problem solvers. When we talk about that high productive, high maintenance associate, they need a little more hand holding. They're going to be productive. They want to win. However, they want you to solve their issues and solve their problems. And so the best thing is to stop solving all their problems and allow them to develop so that they can develop that problem solving muscle so that they can, of course, have some leverage in their business and also create more leverage in your organization as well. Now let's talk about that third associate, that low productive and low maintenance associate. Typically, it's 1 or 2 reasons. They value your time because they value their time outside of LegalShield. And LegalShield perhaps may not be a priority for them right now, but that could change. Or they're that type of an associate who they're uncommunicative. They're not plugged into the system. And so what happens is their production is random, but it could be again at that right time. So the way I look at it is if they take a step towards me, then I take a step towards them. Now, that last associate is that one that is low productive but high maintenance. You can spot them out, the complainer. They're a lane, but nowhere near being a leader, right? They're also a whiner versus a winner. They have a sense of entitlement. They ask you all the questions, bombarding you with questions, but they rarely implement what you suggest. And so they deserve, again, none of your time. Now, here's my final thoughts. Again, we're talking about the ability to maintain the organization. And so that's that heart, emotional side. And so, but here's the key. Be careful not to want it more for your team than they want it for themselves. Now, that's that hat you have on. But the other hat is, of course, when you're leading a productive organization. And so the thing you have to be careful about there is when you're talking about results and numbers, don't let the numbers numb you. See, because at the end of the day, we're in a people business. And so a balance of the two will allow us to be more efficient with our time and will allow us to develop more leaders as we march again towards this 2020 vision. So always remember, in business, focus is everything.